Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Kelly Sparks. Hey, Red Beer. So today we have for you the #1 rated Alberta Premium Cask Strength Rye Whiskey. This is the 2021 Whiskey Bible Whiskey of the Year. Now, it has been out for a little while. A lot of people, and I'm reading comments online that said this was only going to be available in Canada for a while, but hey, good news, we got it down here in Tejas. So what I'm doing currently, and I've explained this in videos in the past, this is part of the cup ritual, the Murray method of tasting. He doesn't actually ingest the whiskeys whenever he tastes them. He'll take the sip, he'll roll it around, right? He'll aerate it, he'll aerate it, get the flavors moving around, and then he'll spit it out. And I can't remember his reasoning. He says like every time you swallow whiskey, it dilutes your inhibitions or your senses. So whenever you swallow it and you introduce alcohol to your system, eventually everything's just going to taste good. So that's part of the reason why I do that. I just do it off camera so nobody sees it. I mean, nobody wants to see that shit. But this is his #1 pick of the year, and what I'm doing right now is trying to warm the whiskey up. For whenever he came to Texas to judge the Texas Bourbon Shootout, and here's another little deal. We got a lot of flack, and I say we, like people in this area, the people who set up that competition and never had been done before, still hadn't been duplicated yet again. People like in Austin, Houston, somebody wrote an article about it, like, of all places, Longview, Texas. Well, fuck you, buddy, get off your ass and do something. I mean, it took guys from Longview, Texas to set up that competition and bring Jim Murray, who's probably the foremost whiskey reviewer in the world, and he might not be the best, but he's probably the most well known. It took them several years to get it set up, pay his fees. I mean, he's an expensive guy. So whenever he had us going through the process, it was a very cold room because you had about 100 or so people sitting in this room, and he wasn't the specific judge. He did pick a winner, but the room also picked a winner, which was Garrison Brothers Balmorea. That was the overall winner in the room and him. So he had to sit like this for upwards of 10 minutes per glass because the whiskey was so cold. He wanted us to warm it up. I mean, condensation would form on the glass. So, and I'm really glad I was going to do a bottle or a first sip of this. I'm glad I didn't, because I didn't necessarily enjoy it the first sip, but it's kind of opened up a little bit. Oh yeah, and Jim Murray hates Glencairns because it's incredibly hard to do this number with a Glencairn unless you got giant freaking hands. So he likes a small cupita or a small tulip styled with a stem on it. So here we go, enough talking. Super spicy, little alcohol punch on the nose, but overall it smells really nice. See how it tastes. Massive burst of spice, and it's still going. It's just spice. There's not any real significant distinct flavors that I'm getting, but it's just spicy meatball just everywhere. Like the whole mouth is just spiced up, and somebody's getting in trouble. I do feel like it's a really good tasting whiskey as far as ryes go, and I'm gonna have to do a freaking cask strength rye blind tasting now, because I've got that Polish rye, we got the Pikesville rye. We're gonna have to do a rye blind off. Come here, come up here. Come out. So, hey Bonnie. Welcome back to the show, Bonnie. Glad you can make it. Bonnie's losing weight. She's looking trim. She doesn't look like a tube of sausage anymore. So, good girl. Got to get on to her. She still likes to eat her own poop. I got to catch her every time, but sometimes she can't. Sometimes I'm pooping whenever she's pooping. So, but yeah, super spicy. I will have to do a rye blind tasting now between this and like the Pikesville rye, that Polish rye, that Obtainium, Cat's Eye Obtainium, that was so good. We'll find some other ryes to throw in there too. Probably we'll do like 5 ryes. 5 ryes. So, alright, let me get one more sip and we'll call it a day. Yeah, it's got a really inviting nose. For 66% alcohol, it doesn't drink like 66. I mean, it's super spicy, but you don't get the alcohol heat you would expect. Yeah, alright, last sip. Oh, sorry. So, it's got this, it's that minty, it's not the hayfield rye that you get from some, and it's almost comparable to the Polish rye. Now, as far as just mint flavored, it's my thigh. Sharp, long claws. Quit digging into my thigh. Get off me. So anyway, it's not that super grainy hayfield rye, but it is very spicy, mint driven, and it's not like any kind of, it's not like peppermint. Maybe peppermint. Maybe peppermint. I don't know. But really good. I don't know if I'd pick it as my number one. I personally like the iron root stuff better, but I digress. I like to use that word, digress. But it's good, and for $65 a bottle, I mean, it's a top shelf, solid premium rye whiskey for $65. 66%, $65. That's pretty tough to beat. I mean, we're gonna put it up against some other ones and see what we'll find out is the best rye, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all I got. Oh yeah, and also, this comes from whiskymonster.com. They got a huge article on the top winners from the Whiskey Bible. So I don't know the guys. I'm just giving props to where I see fit, whoever I get information from. Whiskymonster.com. Jim Murray's Whiskey Bible 2021 winners announced. So they stated in their little paragraph about it, said Alberta Distillers was known to be a good rye whiskey, good rye whiskey source for Masterson's and Whistlepig until 2019. Late last year, they have decided to bottle their own label of the Cask strength rye. So, old Whistlepig used to get their juice from these guys. Now you find out something new. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends. Check the description below for all the links to help out with the bills around the house. Check out the Bearded Idiots. Like always, drink some whiskey, share it with your friends and family. Be safe, don't drink and drive. Take care. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.